Hello, everyone. Good evening, and welcome to our inaugural alumni annual meeting in Town Hall. My name is Rob Gilmore, and I'm the Executive Director of Alumni Engagement and Events here at Sacred Heart. And I am a proud alum of both the classes of 2007 and 2009. We are extremely excited to welcome you into the conversation tonight about the state of alumni engagement at Sacred Heart as we share with you important information and also get to answer a lot of your questions. During tonight's broadcast, you are able to ask questions via the chat feature, which you can access either on the mobile app or on your computer. Over the last 62 years, Sacred Heart University has been a pillar of transformational changes within higher education. And whether you graduated in the first graduating class in 1967 and saw a small Catholic high school turn into a regional commuter college, or you graduated in the 90s and saw the arrival of residence halls and the transformation to Division I athletics, or you graduated in the last 10 years and saw one of the fastest growing periods of transformation on any Catholic college in the United States. We are here tonight to celebrate one thing, that we are all pioneers. And we want you to know that we are excited to have you a part of the Alumni Association. And tonight we are using this opportunity to engage you and provide you critical updates so that you can see what's happening here at Sacred Heart. And most importantly, to celebrate who we are all together, pioneers. I want to show you some very quick facts about Sacred Heart alumni right now. Since 1967, when we graduated the first class, we've had more than 58,000 alumni located around the world. That includes all 50 states and 71 countries. One of the most important features is that we have gone through explosive growth since 2010. And in the last 15 years, more than 40% of our alumni have graduated. And that's a disproportionate amount to many of our peer institutions. We have a lot of young alumni, and the young alumni are what we really want to get engaged with as you consider coming back and visiting Sacred Heart, attending events, and we'll go through some of that this evening. One of the fun things is that we have a lot of alumni couples. A lot of alumni have fallen in love here at Sacred Heart, and over the last 62 years, almost 1,200 couples have met at Sacred Heart and gotten married, myself included. One of the other things is that we are seeing a lot of pioneer families. We know that we certainly have parents and grandparents that have attended with their children or grandchildren attending now, but we also have a lot of siblings that have come to Sacred Heart and have created this legacy within their families. And we have more than 1,600, almost 1,700 alumni that have graduated with siblings coming to the university. So it shows you the connectedness of our community. It shows you who we are as an institution, and that welcoming spirit that you feel when you're at the university is contagious, not just amongst each other, but within our families, and most importantly, within our communities. At this time, I'd like to introduce two very special guests that are joining us tonight to represent the SHU Alumni Association Board of Directors. Our current president, Rich Krogling, who is a member of the class of 1990, and then our new president-elect, Dan Remishevsky, who will be assuming the role of president of the Board of Directors this coming June, who is a member of the class of 2014. I want to start off with Rich. Rich has been with us quite a few years within the Alumni Association Board of Directors. Rich, talk a little bit about the importance of the Alumni Association and your experience with not only coming to events, but as a Sacred Heart pioneer.
Thanks, Rob. My experience is, I kind of bridge the gap between pre-dorm and dorm alumni association. So I graduated, like Rob said, in 1990. So I've seen the exponential growth of Sacred Heart University. But the one thing that I will say is that, Sacred Heart has kept, kind of the mission. The mission has stayed the same throughout all these years. And that's what, I'm very proud of as the Sacred Heart alumni.
Right. Now we're talking about some of the important things of how we can keep you involved. And some of these you may already know about, and some of you may be hearing about for the first time. But as an alumni at Sacred Heart, we want you to stay involved. The more you can connect with us, the more that you can come to visit campus, the more you can be involved. We want to see that. So we're going to show you here some ways to be involved as an alumni. First of all, the most important thing, and this goes for any institution, but especially Sacred Heart, and that is we want you to update your information regularly. So whether you get married, whether you get engaged, whether you get a new job, whether you move, whether you get a new phone number, there is a form on our website. You can get it by scanning the QR code here, which will give you an opportunity to fill out an update form. And we want you to do that as often as you need to, because the more that we can catch up to you and get your updated email and mailing address, we can send you things and you can be in the know about what's happening at Sacred Heart. One of the other important things is coming to events for alumni. And we offer a wide variety of events throughout the year, both on campus and regionally, which we'll talk about in just a few moments. Some of the ones that are important to us are our mainstay events, which include homecoming, which happens every fall. We'll be announcing the 2025 homecoming date in the next couple months. We also have our Christmas and Easter celebrations, which are very important to bringing your families and your friends into the university alumni community. One of the other things that's going to be important for us starting this year is reunion, which you're going to hear about on its own in just a few moments, and what excitement that is going to bring. This year we started alumni tours, which is really important because a lot of you have not been to campus. You haven't been able to see all the growth that has happened in the last 5, 10, 15, 20, 30 years. And so we offer alumni tours on a monthly basis. Our February tour is going to be on Saturday, February 22nd. Our March tour will be on Friday, March 7th. And our April tour will be on Monday, April 21st. If those dates don't work with you, contact our office and we'll set something up on a one-to-one basis. But we are offering you the opportunity to tour with our staff and to get those questions answered about all the updates to campus. Now, one of the more important things that we want you to also consider joining us in is athletic events. We are in a brand new Division I conference, the MAC conference, which we transitioned to this past year. We have a higher level of skill now with some of the programs that we are putting out there and some of the teams that we're playing against. And so Rich is really the champion for a lot of our athletic sports here. So Rich, talk about the importance of our alumni supporting our current Pioneer athletes.
Yeah, I mean, when you think about Sacred Heart and athletics, when I was here, it was basketball, it was softball. Those were the kind of the mainstays. And baseball, of course, were some of the mainstay sports that we had. But you've kind of grown, into a national, powerhouse in some of our athletic teams. So hockey is one way you can get, you can come back and see, the beautiful Martiri Arena that we built. We just redid the Pitt Center, which is unbelievable. So it's important that we come back and we support these athletes. They work really hard. They're students as well as athletes. So, they're doing a lot of work representing the university, and it's a good way for you to support the university. And, I'm very proud to say that, I do support our athletics. I do support, the other students on campus, the band, for example, performing arts, all part of that university community that, we as alumni should be supporting.
All right, now we're going to go back to our slide here for involvement opportunities. And one of the more leadership roles that we have is the Alumni Board of Directors, which both Rich and Dan are a part of. And we are always looking for new members. We take on members semi-times a year, usually in June or in January. If you are interested in possibly joining the Board of Directors, attending meetings, helping us with alumni events, I encourage you to please submit the form on our website so we can get your information. Dan, why don't you talk a little bit about your experience on the Board of Directors and what that is like in meeting fellow alums from all different class years?
So as my time on the Board of Directors, I think the biggest thing for me is getting involved. All the events, the Christmas event, the Easter event, and not even that, coming to sporting events, like Rich says. There's a lot of good sports on campus. If you can't make it to one of the alumni events, come to one of the sporting events. Either Rich, I, or one of the other board members may be there. Talk to other fellow alumni. Engage. Engagement's huge. I learned that last 2 years being on the board, and I look forward to being more involved with all the events throughout.
All right. We also have, as you can see up here on the screen, we have the Young Alumni Council on the involvement slide, which is resurrected this past year. This was something that was started a few years ago, but kind of went by the wayside a little bit when COVID was around us. But this is an important piece because, like I said at the beginning, when we're talking about our alumni base, is that we have 40% of our alumni are within the last 15 years, and they're considered young alumni. And so we want to get those young alumni involved. And we do have a Young Alumni Council right now, which is made up of about a dozen young alums from 2015 to 2023. And their role is to kind of energize the young alumni base to get involved and looking to do certain events and networking and things like that. So that is also something that you can join if you'd like to do that. That information is on our website as well. And then we also have our alumni chapters, which are a huge piece of that. And one of the things for a lot of the young alumni, but alumni in general, is that you can find these networks close to you. And so what I want to do is bring up the next slide here. And this is where we are with our alumni chapters. So we have our Fairfield and Westchester County chapter, which is our kind of our home base where we are located. We have Greater Hartford here in Connecticut. We also have our New York City chapter, our Long Island chapter, our Washington, D.C. chapter, and our Florida chapter. Two new chapters that are just going to be kicking off in late spring are our New Jersey chapter and our Rhode Island chapter. And so look for some new information about all these as we get into March, and you're getting to see how you can get involved, who the presidents of these chapters are, getting involved with people in your area. That's an important piece. And so I encourage you to keep updated with us, keep up to date with us on all of the important roles that these chapters play, so that if you can't make it back to campus, you can do something locally. As Dan takes over the board of directors in June, this is going to be a big piece for us in pushing the chapters and young alumni. And I want to bring it back over to Dan for a quick second. And Dan, you are sort of a young alum. You're in that 15-year range, graduating in the class of 14. Can you talk a little bit about what it means to be a young alumni and getting involved in university?
Being a young alumni is honestly, I live so close to here, so coming back to Sacred Heart so often, it's very much a positive impact for me and my wife, especially because I got married here, I met my wife here, and we come back to games, we come back to these events. I can't say enough on getting involved. If there's not events at Sacred Heart that you could come to, like Rob said, try to reach out to your chapter presidents that are in your area. They're all over the country, so hopefully we could grow those chapters, and hopefully we can have more events that you guys can attend.
In addition to what we just went over with some of the things that we have going on for events and whatnot, you can also get involved with your academic programs, your colleges. You can reach out to our office and we could figure out a way to get you involved with things on campus, whether it be multicultural affairs, our sorority and fraternity life office, our student life office, our club sports programs, our shoe and dingle program. However we can get you involved, we want to do that. So please work with our office. Feel free to contact us. We'll give you that information at the end. One of the important things is committing ourselves to the mission of Sacred Heart. And coming up in April, we are going to have Shoe Service Week. I'm going to throw this up here for you right now. And this is an alumni service week that will be happening the week of April 7th through the 12th. We are going to be offering community service projects here around the Fairfield County area, but we are also going to get a few projects in some of our regional chapters as well. And additionally, we are going to encourage every alumni, no matter where you live, whether it be in the United States or around the world, to do some sort of service act during that week so that we can all combine our efforts together to get back to the local and global communities. One of the things that's going to be really important about this is that we are doing something that is in the founding of Sacred Heart, and that is service. service to others, and service to our community. So we will be sending a lot of information about Alumni Service Week coming up, and I encourage you to check your email so you get all those specific dates and times. We also want you to support Sacred Heart. Being an alumni is an important piece of the university environment, the university culture. And alumni is the status of alumni is something that we want you to be proud of. And to be proud is also to give back. And we want you to give back to the university in whatever way you can. Giving back is not just about the amount of money, it's actually the act of giving. And there are a ton of ways for you to give back to the university. One of them is our Giving Day, which is going to be coming up on April 2nd to the 3rd this year. That is our annual day of giving, where we want our staff, faculty, students, and alumni to show their love for this university and giving back to Sacred Heart. We also have matching gifts. So if you are interested in setting up a matching gift, that is something that we could talk about in our office. We have endowed scholarships. You know, if you have family funds that you would like to donate to Sacred Heart University or gift to Sacred Heart University, we could set up an endowed scholarship for certain majors, for certain programs. We also have the Pioneer Club, which supports our Division I athletics. And then we have our Now We Lead campaign, which is a multi-year campaign with the object goal of raising $150 million for the university, and that is still ongoing as well. There are lots of opportunities, like I said, for you to give. But again, it's not just about the money you give, it's about the act of giving. You all had an experience at Sacred Heart that defined your life. And it's that definition that of those experiences because someone gave so that you can experience. And we want you to do the same for our current and future pioneers. So the more you can avail yourself to give, we appreciate that as we go through our next few months, especially as we go into the spring. Now, one of the biggest things that we want to talk about tonight that we're super excited about here at Sacred Heart is Reunion and Alumni Weekend, which is going to be taking place June 20th to the 22nd of this year. We are going to be doing a first of its kind of event at Sacred Heart, which is going to be a full weekend of celebrations of not only our alumni, but those celebrating a reunion milestone of a 0 or a 5-year anniversary. And so we are going to be sending out some information in the next coming weeks about this. You're going to get mailings about it. You're going to see it on social media. Who can come? Well, first of all, any alumni between the classes of 1967 and 2020 will be eligible to attend this year. You can bring your families. There are going to be family-friendly activities, but we are going to allow you to have the campus to yourself for the weekend. We are going to open the residence halls for housing, so you will be able to live on campus. And I know a lot of you, especially pre-1990, never had the opportunity to live on campus, and so you will have that. But more importantly, we are going to get to make new memories, and we are going to be able to share the old ones. Rich, I know this is something that you've been looking forward to doing for a while, and talk a little bit about your excitement as well. Dan, you could chime in on this very quickly.
Go.
Me first?
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm excited just to come back. Honestly, it's going to be a fun weekend. There's a lot of good events that we have planned, and I'm sure that we will be talking about them and bringing up in its next newsletter.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty excited. I think Rob and his team have done a fantastic job, with events like this. Just thinking outside the box, something new at Sacred Heart that we haven't done before. So I'm extremely excited about that weekend. I may even stay in the dorm. I don't know. I didn't have that chance when I was here. But the one thing I do want to say, Rob, is I want to thank you. I want to thank the staff. I want to thank the university for their support of the Alumni Association. We have a lot of folks that are in our corner, a lot of people that are really helping us out. It takes a lot of effort to put on these events that Rob talked about. It's not an overnight type thing. There's a lot of people that work very hard, and I am extremely thankful for the efforts of Rob, his team, Paul and his team, and everyone that really comes together to put on these events. It really does take a village. And here at Sacred Heart University, we have that support, and I'm very proud of that. So thank you, Rob, for everything that you do. Thank you to our alumni. And, the one thing I will say again is, give back. It doesn't have to be, all monetary. It could be an internship. It could be a mentoring opportunity, but do give back. So thank you to our Alumni Association. Thank you to our future alumni. We've got a class graduating in May. So welcome to the Alumni Association, and go Pioneers.
All right. And now to get you a little bit excited about Reunion Weekend, here's a quick video, a little sizzle to get you ready for June coming up. And like I said, we're going to be sending out a lot of information about Reunion Weekend, so make sure you check your emails and social media so that you can make sure you have all the dates and times and registration information, which will be coming out soon. Throughout the evening tonight, we're going to talk about some of the resources that are available to you as alumni and what you can use through the university to help your personal and professional lives. And right now, we're going to introduce another phenomenal alum from the class of 2007, one of my classmates, who is the Executive Director for Career Education here at Sacred Heart, Annie Sefrandetti. Good evening, Annie.
Good evening. How are you? Great to be here.
All right. And so Annie and her team are in charge of all the career processes for the university, both for undergraduate, graduate students, and alumni. And so we're going to pull up Annie's slide here so you can see some of the information on which they showcase through the Career and Professional Development Center for alumni, and she's going to go through it. So Annie, take it away.
Wonderful. So good evening, and for any of you on the call, it's great to see you again, and for any of you who might not have met me before, it's great to meet you, and again, really excited to be here this evening. So yes, we are with the Center for Career and Professional Development, and for any of you who are maybe not aware of our services, just wanted to throw up a couple of slides here to give you an overview of the services that we provide to not only all of our current students, but also to you as an alum. And you keep hearing probably this common theme throughout the night, that once you have been here at Sacred Heart, you are a pioneer for a lifetime. That is something that is very unique to Sacred Heart, in that anybody who is a current alum, you have lifetime access to a lot of services, and the Center for Career and Professional Development is certainly one of them. So whether you are maybe an alum that just graduated, or an alum that graduated maybe 5, 10, 20, 30 years ago, maybe thinking about a career change, or maybe you just need to speak to somebody about redoing your resume or having your cover letter looked at, please reach out. We want to hear from you. Again, you have lifetime access, so you can look on our website. We have a wonderful platform called Handshake where you can actually make virtual and in-person appointments with us. But we will speak with you about career and exploration, maybe graduate program information. We can do mock interviews with you, or just simply talk to you about a career change in general. You will see too that we have a variety of signature programming and recruitment opportunities. So whether you as an alum are somebody who is looking for a career change, or somebody who is employed looking to give back to the university, these are all different areas in which that you can engage with Sacred Heart, whether it be job shadowing, mentoring, attending a career and internship fair, whether you're a job seeker or an employer representing your organization. We are here and want to chat with you about the very many ways that you can get involved on campus here.
All right. I'm just going to do a couple quick questions with you, Annie, that were submitted by folks when they registered for tonight. First is, what is the easiest way to become involved with the Career Center if a alum wants to host an internship or be a mentor?
Yes, great question. So I would say our website, www.sacredheart.edu/career, is the best way to really get a look at all of our resources and the ways that you can get involved. please email me directly or our general inbox directly, careerdev@sacredheart.edu. That's really the first step. We work with so many different alums who contact our office, and they simply just say, I want to give back. I don't know how. So we can have a conversation. We can talk about the ways in which that you can give back, whether it be, just maybe a quick conversation that you're willing to have with a current student, or whether you are interested in engaging in some of our events, whether it be a career fair, a networking reception, hosting maybe a corporate visit. There's so many different ways. We really emphasize that individual personalization conversation with our students, and we do the same with our alumni as well. So just reach out and we can certainly discuss the ways in which you can get involved.
One of the important things that a lot of people want to know about are career events. So I know you mentioned very quickly the career fair. How would some of our alumni find out about some of these events that we have going on here?
Yes, great question. So our website, again, is really just the one-stop shop way for you to receive all of your information. For those of you who do not know, any alumni, you have also lifetime access to Handshake, which is our 24/7 career services platform, and that really is the way in which you can view and register for events, whether you are an alumni as a job seeker or, again, as an employer. But again, anything on our website, you'll see a whole list of every single career event that is available to you.
You did also mention this, so if a alum, whether they're 5 years out or 25 years out or 50 years out, decide that they want to change their career path, what kind of resources or advice do you provide to those alumni?
Yeah, absolutely. So please reach out. We work with so many varying alumni, and it's so wonderful to hear from you. It can sometimes be the very first point of engagement as an alum is reaching out to career services for advice, and then sometimes those conversations will then turn into other ways in which they can get involved within the university as well. So you can schedule appointments either virtual or in person. It can be a 5-minute conversation. It can be 30 or an hour if you're looking for a mock interview, or if you just need to chat with somebody about searching for a new career, offer negotiations, really anything like that. We also have a wonderful resource called Pathway U, which is a career assessment platform that you can actually take, which really goes into how your career and your personality and maybe your workforce preferences can really play into your interests. A lot of our alumni will take that assessment and either will get reassurance that they are still on the right path as it relates to their professional development, or they might take that assessment and really their eyes might be open to maybe new opportunities. And then that gives us a conversation that you can have with your career coach as an alumni to kind of think about those next steps.
Now, there is a shared resource that we have both with the Office of Alumni Engagement and Events, and then also with the Center for Career and Professional Development, and that is Pioneers Connect, and we're going to pull that up for you. So a few years ago, we unveiled this resource, this platform for our alumni, students, faculty, and staff to use. And I'm going to have Annie talk a little bit about what the important pieces are to this, and then I'll come in a little bit more with how we can get you involved. Annie.
Yes. We are very, very excited about Pioneers Connect. The Center for Career and Professional Development and the Alumni Engagement Office, really this is our bread and butter platform. This is a way in which you as an alumni can engage with our students. Students are you build a profile, you can log in and show what your interests are, what your current job is. It's really a way for you to explore job opportunities, connect with students. We speak to our students really every day about the importance of networking. And I'm sure hopefully all of you are nodding your heads and understand this importance of networking really is how people get opportunities. It's how they get jobs. So this is a platform that makes it very, very easy to do just that. When you log on, you can simply have it connect directly to your LinkedIn profile for just very easy access to log right on into. And you have the ability to select how you want to get involved so that when students log in, they can create filters. So for instance, if you are a student maybe who is studying finance and wants to end up in New York City, a student can actually run a filter on Pioneers Connect and receive all of your alumni profiles that match with that interest. And you can engage right there on the platform, which is just outstanding. We've seen a lot of success with it. We are hoping that all of you as an alums will also log in, take advantage of that opportunity. It's also wonderful for you as any alumni job seeker. Take advantage yourself. Hop on, see what other alumni are also on the platform to see what they're doing. Have some conversations, get involved. It's just been a wonderful asset to the university, and we really hope that you log on and you can help create and maintain this wonderful Pioneers network that we have.
You have the QR code up here on the screen. You can scan that right now. That will give you access to create your profile if you haven't done so. But this is really, like Annie said, this is our way to bridge our current students to our alumni. If you want to stay involved but don't have the time to come to campus or to take something on full time, this is an excellent way to get in touch with our students. And we are really looking to grow this. So the more people that we get on here from different backgrounds, different career paths, the more that we can make it successful for our students. And so I encourage you, if you have not done so already, scan your QR code, create your platform, and we'll love to see you to connect on there. I have a few more questions for Annie before we wrap up on your section here. One is, talk a little bit about what virtual opportunities are available. If an alum can't get to campus, are there virtual opportunities for them to engage with your office?
Yes, absolutely. So whether it be maybe an appointment, if you of course are needing career advice and you want to talk to your career coach, all of our appointments can be on a virtual basis, of course. We also have a variety of events that we will host virtually as well. So again, take a look at our website, see what events we are hosting, and oftentimes those are virtual. On our website as well, any of our virtual events we record. We have a wonderful video library that is available to you to look any time if you are interested in those. And of course, anytime that you do want to chat, that's what we're here for. Like I said, we receive a lot of inquiries from alumni who just want to have a starting conversation with us, and that's really a way to take advantage of that.
And lastly, why don't you talk a little bit about your new toy that you have in the Center for Career and Professional Development, which is available for alumni to use.
Yes. Are you talking about the photo booth? I think you are.
Yes.
Yes. So we have a wonderful new addition to the Center for Career and Professional Development. It is a photo booth. It is open to all alumni. So please, you can schedule an appointment. It is a self-serve professional photo booth. You can simply make an appointment, come on in, maybe have a chat with us first on how maybe you want to get involved, maybe you want to have an internship. We can certainly talk about that, and get your headshot taken. You really have it's a 15-minute appointment. It really just takes your picture from your shoulders up, and it gives you 3 instant headshots. And right there at the booth, you can actually you can edit it as you wish, and then it is sent directly to your inbox. And if you take 3 photos and you don't like it, you can simply do it again or come back. It's a really, really great tool. We just launched it this past fall. We've had hundreds and hundreds of students who've already come in and taken advantage of it. It's just really great. And like I said, the reason that we made the investment was this idea of networking, giving students that confidence of uploading a really great headshot to their LinkedIn profile and their Pioneers Connect profile so that they can really confidently network with alumni like yourself. So please reach out, come on down. We'd love to see you and get your headshot taken.
All right. And thank you again, Annie, for joining us tonight. And again, you can contact Annie and her team through the Center for Career and Professional Development here at Sacred Heart. Over the last 15 years, as you know, we've had a lot of growth, and a lot of that has to do with the leadership that we've had at Sacred Heart. We've been very fortunate to have Dr. John Patillo as our university president, who has brought his vision to life in the growth of campus facilities, programs, and academic opportunities for our students. And we would not be able to be here tonight without his leadership and his vision. And so we'd like to have you hear from him tonight. So it's my pleasure to introduce the president of Sacred Heart University, Dr. John Patillo.
In the early 1990s, Sacred Heart University found itself at a pivotal moment in its history. The landscape of higher education was undergoing a profound transformation, driven by changing student needs and evolving societal demands. The university recognized the need to adapt and grow in diverse areas to remain relevant and impactful. As part of this evolution, SHU embarked on a quest to redefine the concept of community on its campus. It began by adding residential infrastructure to accommodate the changing needs of its student body. In addition to the student and faculty governance structure, through the next 30 years, SHU would completely transform nearly every aspect of itself. The students moved into residential halls, and activities outside the classroom would blossom. Simultaneously, the academic landscape led by the faculty underwent a metamorphosis. The institution expanded its program offerings to serve a broader spectrum of interests and aspirations. Our caring faculty and staff would work hard to foster a sense of belonging and encourage participation in our vibrant on-campus community. The physical face of SHU would also undergo substantial changes. The Connecticut campus has grown to more than 300 acres, marked by the addition of modern facilities that add up to over 3 million square feet of space, with more on the way. At every one of these transformational moments in our 60-year history, we have asked ourselves, what is our purpose? How can we remain committed to our mission in an ever-changing world? How can we sustain success we have had and truly define the culture that has made SHU such a special place? As we look ahead at the next 60 years, we are very excited to introduce guiding principles in our institutional framework. Over the last few months, a task force for mission and culture has been hard at work reflecting on how to keep our focus on sustaining our success. In partnership with the Board of Trustees, this initiative is intended to ensure continuity of mission throughout the university as we evolve. Over the next year, the task force will be working directly with all areas of the university to help integrate the guiding principles into our everyday work. These guiding principles represent and shape our student-centered community, who we are, how we interact, and who we aspire to be. The task force has focused on ensuring these principles are guided by our founding in Vatican II, our mission and core values. They provide a deeper understanding of the SHU culture and experience. In the upcoming months, the task force will be calling upon all of us to assist in the successful implementation of these principles. Thank you for your support of this initiative, and thank you for your continued commitment to our mission.
And thank you to Dr. Patillo for joining us tonight. So I do want to show you a little bit more in depth some of the transformational spaces that we have had over the last few years. And we're going to show you some pictures here on the screen so you get an idea. So the first thing we're going to show you is brand new. This is a recent aerial shot of campus. And you'll see in the foreground, that is Jefferson Street, which runs parallel to our main campus, which is now called the Park Ave campus. And excuse me, the buildings you see right in the middle, starting with the horseshoe parking garage, all the way going to the almost the background there. Those buildings are what we call Pioneer Village. For those of you who went to Sacred Heart anywhere from the 70s to the early 2010s, that area was the home of the Jewish Senior Services Center, which was basically in the middle of our campus. We took over that property in 2016-17 timeframe, and we have done a 7-year building project to create all these residence halls, which house a lot of our freshmen and sophomores. There's also a dining hall there, but it provides a secondary upper quad for our campus. You can also see the facilities in the back, which include the Valentine Center for Health and Recreation, the Pitt Center, which has been recently redone, our diner, our softball field, Pioneer Park, and much more. But this has been some of the on-campus pieces that have been important to the growth. Next, we have one of the biggest pieces that to be redone over the last year, and that is our Performing Arts Center, which has recently been renamed the John and Sabina Patillo Performing Arts Center. John and Sabina Patillo, or Dr. Patillo and his wife, are ardent supporters of the performing arts at the university. And so we dedicated this back in September. It is a huge space which has encompassed new practice rooms, which you'll see in the next picture, which also has the next picture, which also has a lot of spaces for technical support, for performance space. It's absolutely beautiful. And this is just the university's commitment to the performing arts. And we have over 1,100 students involved in performing arts here at Sacred Heart. Next we have West Campus. So for many of you, when you were coming to Sacred Heart, you knew that General Electric was located down at the bottom of Jefferson Street. This is a property that we purchased back in 2016. The two buildings in the back were the existing facilities for General Electric, which is now our West Campus, which houses the Jack Welch College of Business and Technology, as well as the School of Social Work, and some of our other academic programs, and as well as the College of the Farrington College of Education and Human Development. One of the things that we knew that we wanted to do with this space was to possibly build an athletic facility, and that became a reality within the last 10 years. And the building you see in the front right-hand corner is the Martieri Family Arena, which is home to our Division I men's and women's ice hockey, our club ice hockey, and our club figure skating teams. I want to show you the inside here. This is an absolutely beautiful facility, which is important to the support and growth of our athletic programs. This also provides spirit not only for our campus community and our alumni community, but for the local community. This is 2 years old. It opened in January of 2023, and it is one of the most aesthetic and technologically advanced college ice hockey facilities in the country. They did not skip a beat when they put this together. If you have not been to campus to come and support our teams and see this beautiful facility, I encourage you to do it. Many years ago, the plan was to get Sacred Heart in downtown Fairfield. We have been in Fairfield for many, many years, and we wanted to have a presence. And we saw the opportunity to renovate a 1920s vaudeville theater, which has now become the Sacred Heart University Community Theater. It is a renovated space that hosts a wide variety of events, from movies to lectures to performances, anything from Broadway stars to movie stars and everything in between. But this is a really great way for us to be involved in the university, in the Fairfield community as a university. And there are also special offers for alumni to attend some of the events that are held down there. And then we have Great River Golf Course, which is in Milford, Connecticut, which we have had for several years now. This is a privately owned golf course by Sacred Heart. It owns an 18-hole course with a restaurant and banquet facility attached to it, and there are alumni memberships available. This is a beautiful course. It's one of the top-rated golf courses in Connecticut, and it is definitely something to see if you have not gotten to see it. So there are a lot of things happening at Sacred Heart, but the one things you can't see, not with buildings or facilities, is what we've been able to do. We have grown to a student population, undergraduate and graduate combined, of more than 11,000. We have over 80 academic programs. We have 33 Division I teams competing in the Division I level. We have 34 club sports. We have 33 performing arts groups, and so much more. The university has grown tremendously, and again, not just by the facilities you see, but by our commitment to our university student experience. And so we want you to be able to, again, come back and see that. We want to get now to our next guest, who's going to talk about some of the resources available for our alumni, and that is Keith Hassel, who is the Executive Director for Graduate Admissions and Recruitment here at Sacred Heart. Good evening, Keith.
Good evening, everyone. And again, thank you very much for having me. I'm excited to talk a little bit more about some of our graduate programs that we have available and some incentives that are available for our alumni.
All right, so we're going to put up some information on the screen for you here. Keith, feel free to take it away.
Absolutely. So again, we find many alumni, they love their experience at the undergraduate level, and they might be interested in just kind of taking the next step, but they don't necessarily know how. The one thing that we want to stress is that we are here in graduate admissions to really talk to you, learn about your professional goals, learn about your academic goals, and see if any of our 40+ graduate programs might be right for you. Now, with our graduate programs, we have everything from certificate programs that may last just a few months. We have master programs that can be anywhere from 1 to 2 year completion time. And then we also have our doctoral degrees, including a new doctoral degree that we're launching this late May. So in May, our PhD in Organization Development and Change. Now, with our programs, we have very flexible delivery options. So we know that many of our alumni are located across the globe, and you do not only have to be in Fairfield County to be able to do these studies. We find ourselves with hosting our programs that are fully in person, we have fully online, and we also have hybrid options where maybe you only are required to come to campus once a month, once a week, or whatever it may be. Now, we have a lot of programs that are geared towards our working professionals. We find that many people have the misconception that graduate programs are really geared for those who just graduated from undergrad, going right in, or what we call kind of fifth years. That is not the case. We have lots, as we mentioned before, with our flexible delivery, there's lots of room and programs that are geared towards those working professionals. Now, as an alumni, we also realize that you paid your application fee when you were an undergraduate. So we do not expect any fees from you when it comes to your application. We're able to pull your transcripts as well. So as an alumni, we make sure that we expedite the process for you and make it as easy as possible.
All right, thank you, Keith.
This
We're
is a
gonna get
brief
some
history.
questions for you. The first one is, we talked about some alumni coming back after they have been in school for a while. What kind of resources are available at Sacred Heart to kind of help our alumni who may be nervous about restarting their education, and what is available both on campus and online for them?
Absolutely. So as a graduate student, you have access to many of the services that you had as an undergraduate. Now, as I mentioned earlier, there is this misconception that you have to be that fifth year, that 22-year-old in order to go back to school. We're seeing a major shift. So we're seeing a lot of folks who are maybe interested in doing career changes or going back to school just to advance themselves professionally. And we want to really alleviate a lot of that stress. We have many folks who have not been in the classroom for maybe 20, 30 years, and they're looking to go back to school. We have resources such as our tutoring center. Again, we have lots of technology that's available to help you get through that process. So again, we have tutoring, we have accessibility, we have extra office hours. The faculty are dedicated to helping you succeed. Most of our programs are what I like to call a boutique style program. So we could easily grow these programs to have 200-300 people in one cohort. However, we know that attention to detail is going to be lost. So our small class sizes, just like it was in undergraduate, you have the ability to connect with your professors, to have that personal relationship. So regardless if you were just in school 2 years ago, or if it's been 20 years, we will make sure that we are going to guide you along the way and give you the support that you need. Just as Annie was mentioning with our career and making sure that you're successful, when you're in a graduate program, we're not only just dedicated in really making sure that you get into the program, we want you to be successful. We want you to be those successful alumni also at the graduate level so that you can really talk about your experience and help us spread the word about how competitive and how beneficial these programs can be.
All right. What is some of the certificate options for those who may not want to come back for a full program, for a master's or even a doctorate program, but they may want to continue some of their educational pursuits? What kind of certificates are available?
Absolutely. And that's a great option. So if you're thinking of going back to school, but maybe you're not ready to take that full leap, our certificate programs are a great option for you. So we have certificate programs that are available in our business school, our health profession school, our education school, even arts and sciences as well. Many of our certificate programs can take, let's say, about a semester to complete if you do that full time and kind of just expedite it. Now, in that short period of time, you're able to earn credits, one, to give you a certificate. But let's say if you go through the program and you realize, listen, I think I can do this. think I could take the next step. Many of those certificate programs, those credits, transfer to your next degree. So if it is you're going back for your MBA, those credits can count towards your MBA, so you're already getting a head start. So again, it's a great way to just test drive if you're not sure about going right back to school, if you're going to be able to manage it, with all of your commitments. Just get your feet wet, and then again, if you decide you want to go to the next step, maybe go for an additional degree, those credits will certainly not be wasted.
And do you have any last minute advice for those who may be considering coming back to Sacred Heart for another degree?
Absolutely. One thing I would definitely say is that, many of our programs and even the buildings that you were just referring to, we make sure that we look at our programs, our academics, our deans, our faculty, and they make sure that they're really cutting edge, that they're focused on what today's trends. Many of our programs have working practitioners who are actually teaching the class. So it's not necessarily where, I've worked in the industry 50 years ago and I want to talk about it. These are folks who are actually out in the field, are seeing what's actually relevant, and they're bringing it to the classroom to help prepare you to be leaders of tomorrow. Now, if you are thinking about going back for a graduate degree, honestly, the most common thing that I hear when I'm talking to prospective students is, I've been toying around with this forever. I just don't know when it's the right time. Let's have a conversation. It really is one of those things where, let's talk about what your goals are. Let's see how this degree can ultimately help support you and give you that advantage to help take you to the next step of your profession. So I would say if you're hesitant, reach out to us. Let's have a conversation. Let's talk about some of your goals, your commitments, and let's see if we're able to make this happen for you. But we are really here and dedicated to helping give you the resources to make sure that this is the right program for you.
All right, thank you so much, Keith, and we appreciate you being here tonight. We also want to take a couple of minutes to talk about the other resources that are available to you as Sacred Heart University alumni. We have a lifetime alumni email. That is available for you through our office. You can you can email us or fill out the form on our website. We could send you the link to create your alumni email, which we can use to communicate to you. We have networking opportunities, not only at our events, but through university events as well. We have discounts to the community theater and certain university events, so continue to check your emails, follow Sacred Heart on certain social media platforms. Travel programs. We're going to our campus in Dingle this coming June. If you want to go to the Taste of Dingle trip happening at the end of June into July, that is available for you. We also are looking to get into more trips down the road so that we can travel together as alumni and go to different locations. And then there are a ton of other opportunities for you, all of which are listed on our website, so you can see what's available. We also have, Pioneers Connect, which will connect you not only to our Sacred Heart students, but to each other. So if you wanted to meet other alumni, that is a great way to do it. We want you to stay connected with us in the alumni office. So follow us on Facebook at Sacred Heart University Alumni Association. Follow us on Instagram at SHU Alumni, and follow us on LinkedIn at Sacred Heart Alumni. In addition to these alumni handles on our social media platforms, you can also follow the university platforms as well, so you can see what the university is doing in addition to what we're doing here in Sacred Heart University Alumni. So as we begin to wrap things up tonight, I want to thank you for joining us, but more importantly, I want to just give you a couple quick reminders. The biggest thing is stay involved. You are a member of this university for life. You graduated from here, you had an experience. No matter when you graduated, you are a pioneer for life. So stay in touch with us. Come to events. Reach out to our office. Have conversations with us. That's what we want to do. We want to get to meet you, hear your story, and how Sacred Heart changed your life. Make sure that you update your information regularly. Again, if you move, if you get a new phone number, if you get a new email, you get a new job, you get married, you get divorced, you get an engagement, we want to stay up to date. So please let us know when things in your life change so that we can update and get the most accurate information. We also want to celebrate you. So again, if you get engaged or get married, let us know so that we can celebrate that in our class notes on our monthly newsletter, which is emailed out. If you have a baby, please let us know that. We can send you a Sacred Heart Pioneer baby bib so that you can take your picture and celebrate that newest pioneer. So there are these things that are set in motion so that we can not only hear about the things that are going on in your life, but celebrate them as well. I want to thank our guests tonight, Rich and Dan from the Alumni Board of Directors. I want to thank Keith Hassel from the Graduate Admissions Office, as well as Annie Suffrendeni from the Center for Career and Professional Development for joining us. I want to thank our campus partners in marketing and communication that helped put this together this evening. Without their help, we would not be able to provide this resource to you this evening. I want to thank my team in alumni engagement, our Associate Director, Jamie DeSisto, who is a member of the class of 2004, and our graduate assistant, McKenna Wright, a class of 2023. I also want to thank our broader university advancement team under the supervision of our Senior Vice President, Paul Satera, who are always readily able to meet with you to talk about giving, to talk about involvement, not only with alumni, but with your colleges and the university as a whole. So I thank our team there. Again, we are all pioneers. Let us never forget that. We are all made from the experiences that we've had here at Sacred Heart. We want you to continue to share those and give back to the university. Most importantly, we celebrate ourselves as pioneers today, tomorrow, and forever. And there's no better way to leave us this evening with an explanation of why we celebrate being a pioneer.